Igbos can't survive without Lagos. We will worship Tinubu if he creates one seaport in the southeast, Ojako. Well, a good thought from someone who participated in the last election, especially the presidential election, as an agent and an Igbo lady. When you see something, instead of fighting, you looked at the situation and take a decision on how this will better your lot. And I'm sure Ojako has done this because she wants the best for her people, knowing what they are facing, what they are currently facing. Election has come and gone. Definitely one winner will emerge. And the Electoral Act allows for somebody that is not satisfied to go to court. And already the Labour Party presidential candidate and the PDP presidential candidate Atiku and Obi, they have approached the court to get to the root of the matter. They're claiming they won and let the court decide. But outside of that, honestly, we should start putting our thinking cap as individuals and members of this nation called Nigeria. This set of people are known for business of importation, and there are challenges. A lot happened during the presidential election, especially and the gubernatorial election in Lagos State, where there are a lot of banters here and there between the Igbos and the Yorubas. But that is notwithstanding, the reality is on ground. But how can anyone benefit from changing the narrative that is on ground? Well, we all agree that we want the best for our nation and for our tribes. But must we fight ourselves before we get it right? And what we all want is the best. And in politics, you always go for your interest, not for anything. It's just that most of the time, Nigerian politicians, they have taken it in their stride to only do things for themselves and not for the good of all. Well, there's what they call lobbying, there's what we call negotiation in politics. You may not win, but there are ways you can get things to your side. You can negotiate with your strength. But is that happening in our nation? No. Everybody, if you cannot win, you throw the water and the baby away. Well, whatever it is you can do to get development to your people, let us do it. Politicians, since 1999, they have deceived us enough. And this last election, for me, is an eye-opener. And everyone should come out and see what you can do and drive the elected politicians to get the best for their people. And the earlier, the better we start doing that. You can see that to get this development, we need to push these people. Because if we don't, they will just come, sweet-mouth us, and go away. Well, Ojako is saying it will be difficult for Igbo people to survive without Lagos. The popular Nollywood actress and singer Kosi Ojako has alleged that the Igbos cannot survive in Nigeria without Lagos State because they don't have a working seaport in their region. But if the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu can create at least a seaport for them in the southeast, they will continue to worship him for the rest of their lives. The opportunities are there, but you discover that politicians, I am sure if you check the whole of the southeast or the south-south, there are some attempts. But because we lack continuity, we don't ask our politicians what they are doing, our past projects. Somebody will come, start a project, cannot complete, it will be abandoned, and that will be the end of the matter. Instead of those that are elected to continue, they will go and start another project. We cannot grow like that, and until we begin to do the needful, we'll continue to have such abandoned projects here and there. How can you imagine that the whole of Southeast, that the whole of South-South, there's no really functional seaports? And most of the people doing business there, they are from that particular region. And if you check in the history of this nation, they have people saddled with position of authority as Senate President, as ministers here and there. But the question is, what did they do for their people? Kosi Ojoko, who spoke in an interview with a prominent newspaper, revealed that she personally supported Peter Obi to usher in the much-needed change in Nigeria, and her biggest hope was hinged on Peter Obi establishing a seaport and an airport in the southeast because those were the problems of Nigeria. She continued that since Peter Obi lost to Tinubu in the election, her only hope lies on Tinubu to please solve the problems of the Igbos so that Lagos can be decongested by Igbos and everyone will live in their states peacefully. And if Tinubu can create just a seaport in their region, maybe in Delta or Anambra, then they will worship him forever. Well, that may not be enough for anyone to remain in his region. Business these days, they are dynamic around a lot of businesses. People may choose, even if the seaport is there in Delta or in Anambra, some people may still choose to live in or do their business in Lagos. The thing is, we should all be preaching harmony, peaceful coexistence, and know that yes, indeed, wherever you are, all you should be talking about is one Nigeria. Let's live together, work together, and make sure that our nation continue to grow. If we check us as a nation, we are the most people that talk about God, 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 but we don't live God. All we live is just serve. We don't care. Once my bread is buttered, I don't bother about the next person. There are so many great nations today in the world that don't even have a state religion, or they don't even practice anything. We can't even identify them with one God. Majority worship idol. But today, because they are thinkers, because they look ahead, they see themselves first as human beings, and they work together to achieve whatever they have achieved. Until we get to that level, Nigeria may continue to struggle. She said, Igbos can't survive without Lagos. We will worship Tinubu if he creates one seaport in the southeast. The only problem of Igbo is the seaport and airport. That was the hope we had with Obi. If Tinubu can actually create a seaport in Asaba or Anambra, definitely we will worship him. Well, Ujiakor has said her mind. I'm sure a lot of people will not be happy with this statement, but the truth must be told. We need to be sincere with ourselves. Look at the bigger picture. Where do we want to be? Let us begin to hold our politicians accountable. You have a 4-year tenure. What are you bringing to the table? Honestly, for me as a nation, we should start thinking of having independent candidates. Political parties seems not to favor us in so many ways. Yes, they have been there since 1999, but what have they done? When they lose in one political party, they jump to the next one. When they don't get it, they keep moving as if they are nomads. We don't want this kind of thing to continue in our nation. Let's just go for the best. Anybody that is ready. And I'm sure maybe in this 10th National Assembly, they will come up with that law that I will allow independent candidates to seek elective position. Because in this last election, it really shows that yes, most of the people that got the elected, especially the governors, there's some senators and National House of Assembly, House of Rep members, they got back their position even with the Obi tsunami. Well, what is your take on this? Kindly make it known and subscribe to my channel and view. Thank you.